I never fully trust people who say they hate drama, not because they're lying, but because they usually mean other people's drama, their own they call tension or depth, or simply, that's just how I am. Drama is rarely loud, it doesn't arrive with shouting or tears, it arrives politely with urgency, with the feeling that this suddenly matters more than everything that actually deserves attention. I can be calm for days until one message, one shift in tone, one silence that lingers a second too long. And suddenly calm no longer feels like calm, but like proof that I missed something. Drama never begins with an event, it begins with meaning. Someone says something awkward, someone says nothing, someone looks away just a moment too long, and my mind does what it does best, it builds a story around it, large enough to keep me from staying with myself. Not because I'm emotional, but because drama provides direction. Calm is empty, drama has shape. The ancient Greeks already knew this. Aristotle called it catharsis, emotional cleansing through witnessing tragedy. We don't seek drama because we want pain, we seek it because pain with a story is more bearable than pain without edges. Better a conflict than a vague, formless feeling that doesn't know where to go. I notice my attraction to drama most when nothing seems wrong, when days run smoothly, when no one asks anything of me, when space appears. That's when I start digging, not roughly, carefully. I read between lines that are there, I ask questions that sound like curiosity, but are really invitations to freaks, and I repay conversations until I find a hook I can hang myself on. Drama gives me a task, something to interpret, something to fix, something that spares me from feeling what remains when there is no drama. Without drama I have to stay. Drama has a beginning, a middle, a possible resolution. Feelings don't, but Romans called it spectaculum, an event that must be seen to be real. Drama wants an audience, even if it's only inside your own head. What I rarely say out loud is that drama costs me something too. Not immediately, not visibly, but slowly. I've missed moments because there was always something going on, postponed conversations because tension elsewhere felt more urgent, avoided decisions because something first had to be resolved that had nothing to do with me. Drama kept me busy while my own desire waited impatiently in the background. I often say I want peace, but what I mean is peace without emptiness, and that doesn't exist. The Stoics warned against this long ago, and not against drama itself, but against our tendency to use external unrest as an excuse to avoid inner work. Seneca wrote that we waste our lives, not because we lack time, but because we give it away to anything that distracts us from what is truly ours. Drama is one of those distractions, an elegant one, a socially acceptable one. It feels intense, but it asks nothing of us. The real danger isn't the big dramas, those burn out quickly, they're easy to recognize. It's the small ones, the daily ones, the almost innocent ones. The mild outrage, the subtle disappointment, the story just interesting enough to keep me out of it. Maybe we confuse drama with living because a life without sharp edges makes us uneasy, as if meaning can only exist when something is at stake. But perhaps the real practice isn't learning to manage drama, but learning to endure that some days don't escalate. No climax, no insight, no lesson, just you and the space you'd rather fill. Maybe we aren't addicted to drama because we crave chaos, but because silence asks us to stay. there's no audience for that.